Okay, so I wanted to walk through how I've set up my ZSA Voyager and kind of go through my layers and talk about how I have optimized the layout to keep my fingers close to home row, especially for programming tasks. First layer, basically your standard layout with some additions down here, along with this Turing key on home row next to my pinkies, and then this hopper key. So the first important things to cover is this bottom row. So by holding on any of these keys, I get the alternate key. So if I hold on B, I get left command. If I hold on V, I get this left option. If I hold on this key, we're gonna toggle a layer called Brom. Brom is my layer with Vim key binds. Same with Z, if we hold it, I have my control. Likewise on this side, all pretty similar. With the exception of this hopper layer. If I hold with my pinky down here, this activates my hopper layer. Hopper, named after Grace Hopper, has a bunch of like my system shortcuts. So let's take a look at that layer quick. Again, this can be activated on my left thumb or with my right pinky. In here, the important things to note is I have the arrow keys on my HJKL, like Vim on home row. I have controls for the N key is next for music. The P key is previous for music. Volume controls mute is on M and then up and down. I have my tmux key on this layer. So if I ever want to issue a tmux keybind, I press down my left thumb and then my right thumb, and then I can do my tmux keybinds. Other things on this layer include resetting the keyboard, taking a video, taking a screenshot. I have Option and Command on this row, so when I'm holding down Hopper and I'm navigating text using the arrow keys on the right side, I can quickly press G or this button over here to jump either full lines or individual words. I have some shortcuts for cutting, copying, pasting, selecting all, emojis. I have this church button, which toggles my church layer, named after Alonzo Church. Church takes me to basically just a numpad. I'm planning on adding like more mathematical symbols that you would see on a numpad, like, you know, plus, minus, slash over here. But for now, this is what the church layer is. We have a button to get back to home. I have some controls for controlling rectangle, which is what I use to Windows in OS X. The home layer, we saw that I have these Turing keys on both of my pinkies off of home row. So if we look at Turing, this is going to be my symbol layer. And I've tried to set this layer up to optimize my fingers not having to leave home row. So on this hand, I have all my symbols. JK are parentheses, L and semicolon are these brackets. I can easily access my quotations. Likewise with the other brackets that commonly used in programming. And then these, over time, I've just tried to put these on fingers. So I use equal probably the most out of all symbols for like variable assignment stuff. So that's right under my index finger. So this is kind of just set up to optimize for not having to leave home row when I'm using symbols. So the other important layer I have is my Brom layer. This is named after the creator of NeoVim, who passed away last year. But on this layer, I have all of my NeoVim shortcuts. So I have tools for controlling Harpoon, which is a plugin that lets you jump around different files and bookmark them. I have hotkeys for jumping half a page up, half a page down, toggling word highlighting on and off. So if I activate the Brom layer with my middle finger on my right hand, I can easily jump through all of the errors or diagnostics in my editor by holding my right middle finger down and then pressing WED. And if I want to go in the opposite direction, I can then press my pointer finger down on the Lovelace layer, which is the almost exact same layer as Brom, just these become the opposite direction for going through diagnostics. And then the other important bit on here is just vertical split. That's basically everything. That's how I set up my ZSA Voyager, and you can find a link to my setup in the bio.